Perfect. Well, welcome. I'm excited to introduce Adina Call, and I love the last name Call. It just makes it even better. So, Adina is an expert in personal development, especially branding, and is getting you and your business ready to scale. So here we all are. And also one more thing, I was so surprised when she said Adina is also in the Air Force, and she's actually going to Japan, I think this week or next week.
Yep.
Yeah. So Adina, welcome, and we're excited to have you and where to start with branding.
All right. Thank you so
Okay.
much for inviting me. I'm in the Air Force Reserve, so I leave to Tokyo next Monday, and I help run a health and wellness business with my husband, and I help launch our branding and our social media and also our marketing. So, we had a meeting last week, Janine and I, and it kind of went more into my background. But I'll just do like a mini of that. I've been marketing and branding for the last 8 years and using social media to grow our branding online and emailing, and I know how to place Google ads and all these different things. I think the one thing that made it interesting, as you guys are realtors, is that I didn't really know what an entrepreneur was until my husband was asked to launch a stem cell clinic, and they hired me to be their marketer, and I learned how to do guerrilla marketing, setting up events and going to like the Chamber of Commerce and all those things. And at that point, we had joined Grant Cardone U, and he's a big realtor. So in this space, it makes sense. And when I learned about the different things that he talks about with the marketing triangle or the marketing matrix, which is marketing, operations, and finance. And if you have finances, you need finances to do payroll, you need finances to pay yourself. You also have to take care of your taxes, all that stuff. And then operations is your main big idea, or it's where you innovate and you create, and that's where you deliver. But without marketing, none of it can grow. And so once I learned that, it really made sense that if I don't have a good messaging, or if I don't have a good brand or a strong sense of where I'm taking my avatar or leading them on this customer path, then I can't grow my finances and I can't grow product development, right? Those things go hand in hand. And a lot of people talk just between finance and operations, and they get in this creative fight. But they really, if they focus on their marketing and their branding, it's going to grow all of that triangle and grow your business. And so that really changed my life. And then after I started studying with him, in about 8 months, 8 to 10 months of implementing online business strategies and Facebook ads, I helped grow that stem cell business to six-figure months of profit, which is $50 placement ads on Facebook, and learning how to leverage online. And then once we started our own clinic, I just knew, like, if we know enough about marketing, like Grant talks about, you're going to have a good business because you're always going to know how to engage your avatar or your key persona. And then that brought in branding, because I do web design and also do actually how to find your why. So where you want to start with your branding is your why. It's really your messaging. And today with AI going on, everyone's like, oh, you can use ChatGPT, which is really great to leverage as a solopreneur or as a real estate agent or as someone who's working more in contracting and needing to find leads all the time. You can leverage that. But the one thing AI can't take is you and your story and the way you connect with your audience, and that's your brand. And when you know, oh, your why, you can actually talk to the people because you know who you are, you know your vision, and you know how to package that. So then the right persona or avatar is led to you through your marketing. So the branding is super important because it's about you. The marketing is about your key customer or your client. And in marketing, you're always talking to them, to their pain points, to what they want. But your branding is going, well, is what I'm about? And can we align this together with the key messaging that we do? So that's why I think the difference is so many people just focus on maybe color and design, which we'll go in a little bit. I did research what's the best colors for real estate agents because there are psychology of color that comes into your branding. And there are ways that it's going to package you to when they find your website and people stalk you and make sure you're a real person, not a robot. They want to know that you're real, right? And that's why your website becomes your portfolio, or your Instagram page is like where they see you and realize you're a real person and they want to work and connect with you. So the best colors for real estate agents, you want to build trust is blue. Blue is a really good color for real estate agents to have. It's also what doctors use. Doctors typically will use blue or green as well because it establishes that authority. And I see, Randy, you've got blue in your branding, and you've already like probably done that whole brand process of where you find out your stories and you find out what makes your brand different and how you differentiate yourself. And that's where the process that I go through with people is I'll do what's called like a brand therapy, and I'll really pull out your story. So it becomes, your brand becomes part of you because you are your brand. The way you talk, your character, the way you grow yourself makes a big difference with why people trust you. They want to trust you. They want someone to take care of them, right? And that's where your branding meets their needs and their pain points with marketing. And it's super effective when done right. But honestly, I think as you guys jump in real estate, the best is for you to get your feet wet and to just go into it as soon as you can. And then as you build your portfolio, you can start rebranding and building that up because you need leads. You need to create customers and you need to grow your business, right? And so it's okay to not have it be perfect right now. But as you want to level up and get to different levels, there's different scaling of brandings because you'll have small business, you'll have, maybe under $500,000 production, and then you go up to $1 million production. And that's where you get different levels of branding to come in and to help you with your brand messaging and to keep it very consistent. When you're starting out, it can be messy, and that's okay because people want to see that you're real and that you're really trying and that you're going to stick with your business. So I think as realtors, you're true building relationships with families. You're going to change their life with their homes. So you can think about those types of things as you build your brand. Like what kind of home would I want to share with people? Or if you're doing corporate real estate too, am I working with CEOs? Okay, I need to be talking to CEOs because that's my niche is corporate real estate. So as you hone in your branding and your messaging, then you're going to connect to the right audience. And that's super important in what kind of niche you want to do. Do you guys have any questions or anything about branding or marketing or messaging?
So I'll jump in. So how do you actually really get started? So you said it's like a therapy in the beginning where you kind of find your own messaging.
Yeah.
So how would one just talk to you, or how does one get just started? Or
Um,
can one also get started alone or talk to you? What's the best?
yeah. I go through and go like a deep dive. I have like a whole questionnaire to help get the questions of like what you want. But if you want to do a mini thing right now, I think it's going, okay, finding right now who are your best buyers, your best clients, and thinking of the journey you brought them on, for one. So you're going to start with that to like know this is who you want to build around. So a lot of people will start with their brand and go, I just want to have this. This is what I'm about. This is my mission statement. That's really great. But if it's not connecting to your audience, you don't really understand if it has market like viability. Like, is this viable? You could have this amazing genius idea, but if no one wants it in the market, it doesn't matter. So I like to start backwards and look at the avatar too and see like who am I serving the best? Who are my best clients? And I'm going to hone my messaging and my branding around that. So that's a differentiator that I do. You can do that right now because if all of you have clients, you can see what were my best clients like and how can I make my branding that fits with me go with them. And then put in your whys. I'd say stick to 4 pillars on your branding. So 4 branding pillars are like, they're going to be about yourself. What makes you relatable is like, I have a family. I'm in the Air Force. I also own a business that's in health and wellness. So I'm going to talk about these things. But something you don't know about me is that I love personal development. So these are my pillars that are about me. And because they're about me, they're more dynamic and they're more interesting for people to listen to. And they're going to connect with people who maybe are military members, who maybe love personal development, who maybe also have families, right? And now my opportunity meets their needs as well. So when you start with your branding, pick 4 things, things you're interested in and your purpose. So let's say you're a real estate agent and you want to help people in the home industry and you want to help them have a better life, have their dream home so they can create their adventures. So your opportunity is like, I'm an adventure real estate. I want to get them on vacation homes or I want them to have a family life that they like. So this is what I'm passionate about. Maybe I do it through leadership and development. And maybe my big passion, like maybe I do also have a passion to help we're gonna pick something random, like a mission, like an impact. Like I want to make sure um I'm also really passionate about pets. And so I want to like show that I like love to help save pets too. And so when they get their home, they can also like have a place for their pets, right? So you're going to think about things that you're passionate about. I love leadership, I love pets. I love helping people, like those things that make you unique. Or your passion can just be like, I love helping with CEOs connect so they can create their big dreams. And when they have their beautiful space that they can do, like their business, so you're looking at CEOs and business owners, then you're going, well, I love seeing their dreams come true. So you're looking into that entrepreneur mindset. And then you pick a few other things about yourself. But what I differentiate is that I want to empower CEOs who are women. So I'm going to work with women and I want to have that be one of my niches. And then another fun fact about me is that maybe I like to travel. So like you bring in yourself, you weave in yourself of what you're about, or maybe it's sustainable. I want to help the environment. So you can have some impact into your branding. So that's where conscious capitalism is coming into, where people are looking for people who have, a goal outside of themselves, right? Not just the goal of getting a lead and growing your own business. It's a win-win that way when you serve your client. But if you have a mission like Patagonia, I really love that they want to help create sustainable goods, but they also are trying to help the environment. So their mission and their branding really connects with the right people who are into water sports, who don't do the 9 to 5, right? But they also want to help the environment. You see how their branding is going to connect and draw a certain type of people, and then they're going to speak to their people.
That was lovely.
Okay, well, that's like the mission, but you can just start with going, what am I passionate about and what really drives me? And I want to connect with those type of people. And those questions will really focus you, and then you'll connect them with your best clients. So if you can do those two things just on your own, you'll really get a good sense of where your branding and where your differentiator as a real estate agent or as a business owner will hit.
Wow. Thank you, Adina. That's really, really some great information. And really some of the takeaways, some of the things that I heard you say is that people want to know you and they want to find a reason to like you. And that your branding is helping them do that, right? And I think you're going to attract your crowd, your group, your avatar. One, knowing who your avatar is, and then being genuine in what your passions and what your loves are, and that your will attract that right group of people and give them what they're looking for as a way to like you and to learn about you. And it doesn't have to be perfect, and it won't be perfect when you start. You just have to start, and it's going to evolve, I would think, right?
Yeah, it'll evolve and you can always change the color scheme and do all the packaging part. I think that's the packaging part of branding. It's like the finishing touches that help with hiring a designer or hiring someone to hone in the color schemes. But a lot of branding is really authentically who you are. And you all do this as you network very well. That's why you're real estate agents, because you're social, like you already know how to connect with people. It's just getting in a few of those pieces to help you focus maybe your key messaging better, to stick to ways you serve people, and maybe key phrases that you can create, like a tagline that is really unique to you. And as you get to know people, people are going to be like, well, I love Janine because she likes to take her kids on hikes, and I know she does real estate agents. Well, when someone's asking me, um, who do you recommend? And I know, oh, Janine does all this cool stuff, but she's also part of all this business community. She'd be a really good networker for some people that I meet. And so that's how, like, being who you are already and then honing it in with your marketing and branding can really help people just trust you and build that brand. So
Thank you. One of the things I think, especially for newer agents, we get into real estate and we want to serve everybody. And do you have any tips or some ideas on kind of really honing in, and who is your avatar? Who is it that you want to serve and that's best for your business?
So the best thing and the best advice I've learned, I actually have worked in a digital marketing space with coaches for the last 8 years too. It's actually quite easy to niche it down because the best person that you're going to attract is who you were 5 years ago. So think about where you were. Yeah, this is going to blow your mind. Where you were and why you became a real estate agent and what your pain points were. Because you're going to know how to talk to that avatar because you were them, right? And you're going to attract those people naturally. So when you know who you were, you're the best person to give them the transformation they're looking for. That makes it easy to go, hey, Randy's got this story, and it's maybe we're competing as real estate agents, but he's the guy because he's had to deal with foreclosures or flooding or whatever it was, like through his story that was authentic. Like he actually knows this part of real estate that I don't know. And I need to refer this client to them even though I'm a real estate agent, right? Because he already has been through that journey and I focus just on this. And when you focus on one thing at a time, it is best instead of everybody. You don't want to serve everyone. You do want to focus on the one because then you're going to be known as the real estate agent that just does vacation homes or the commercial real estate agent. And so when your friends are like, "Hey, I just do homes, I do a flipping, but I need to know who's a good commercial real estate agent. I know I can refer them to you." So as you say, hey, I'm going to niche down and focus on that one avatar, you're actually going to get higher paid clients and you're going to get more quality clients because they know you've got this system and this niche packed. So that's how you guys all don't have to compete with each other either, is you really get good at serving one persona and typically it's who you were when you start. If you want to transform out of that, let's say you've been doing that for 8 years and you're getting kind of burnt out, you can reinvent yourself. But typically it's something you've been through because you know how to serve them. You'll know that pain points and you know how to talk to them.
Wonderful. Any questions, comments, feedback?
It's a quiet group.
Yes.
Is there anything you guys just are curious about your own branding or want to know like how to um I don't know, just anything you're curious about, color and design, anything. You can ask, talk about anything.
Well, I was just going to make a comment. I just forgot to click on mute. Um, it's funny that you say that as far as like why I got into real estate in the first place. And it is because as a first time home buyer, that kind of stuff. And so I definitely have I do a lot with first time home buyers and it is because that's that's who I was and everything. And so it's funny that you say that because I do feel like I specialize in that at this point. So
Yeah. Yeah, and that's great because now they trust you because it's really authentic because you've been there. It's really hard for people. Like I've got a friend who she lost her husband and she's trying to talk to counselors who've never grieved, and she's like, they really don't understand it. And it just makes it feel more impactful when she can talk to someone who understands grief. And so it's the same as you. You can understand the anxieties, like they don't know the paperwork, they don't know anything, and how do they trust you? And so if you focus on first time home buyers and really put your messaging on that, if that's what you want to do to grow and scale your business, it will actually scale faster as you niche down and get rid of all the other noise because now you can really put your genius and the expertise you have into that one persona and really get good, like really, really good at serving them.
yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
So Adina, before we forget, do you want to put your contact information in the chat in the Zoom? I'll put it in the WhatsApp channel as well, but just that anybody wants to grab it right now, where we can reach you.
Yeah, I have a link here and I can put it in the chat. And so it has a link to like if you wanted to schedule a one-on-one, and then it also has an opportunity if you want to learn more about marketing and branding. And you can join. I'm doing a master class in November, on November 11th, as like a free web or as a webinar, so you can learn more about that kind of opportunity. But you all get like a free 15-minute consultation, and you can present where you're at and what you want to do, and I'll help you give you some ideas for that.
Perfect. Thank you. That is very special. That 15-minute free consultation is huge. Thank you very much, Adina.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Make sure if you see that in the chat, you grab it before the end of the call, because you'll lose it once the call gets over. Well, thanks again, Adina.
Thank you. I'll hop off now. I've got to head to another meeting, but thank you so much for the invite and for all of your time.
Absolutely. It's great information. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
We have Angie has joined us. For those of you that don't know, Angie is one of our state brokers for EXP and covers Southwest Washington. Welcome, Angie.
Are you on mute?
Angie might be on mute. But we'll wait to see if we can bring Angie on. Do anybody have anything they want to share? Wins, challenges? Welcome, Brian.
I was going to say, welcome to Robert. I haven't seen you for such a long time.
And no, it's
Yeah.
great to see you guys. I was telling Randy, like, this is one of the things I definitely miss to start my week off. So I was super excited when he said, "Oh, you can still join." I was like, "Okay, perfect."
Absolutely. Absolutely. A couple things. One, and I just noticed this, and I don't know, Angie, if you can come on, maybe you're on a call, or you can maybe touch on this. EXP has just promoted an instant pay for your commission checks. And, I think before, or still currently, you get paid right out of escrow. But if you want it wired to your account, you have to pay a bank wire fee. I know for my bank, it's $10 that the bank charges, not escrow. But there's something that they've just posted, and you see it in Workplace, where now somehow they'll instant pay and you don't have to pay a fee. So that's something that's new that I saw promoted. So if you haven't, look in Workplace, but you can register for that. And it gives you all the banks that are an awful lot. Unfortunately, I'm at a credit union that isn't participating just yet, but that might change. Anybody else? It's a quiet group today.
It is.
I know, and maybe you guys let me know, but I'm seeing an awful lot of price reductions, more than we have for many years, actually. And
Yeah.
time on market, price reductions, like all over the board. And I don't know, are you guys seeing the same?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
It feels like we're going into a downturn, which is the opposite of what you'd expect when interest rates go down.
Well,
Yeah, at least in some of the areas that I've been working in, I have been seeing that, but I think what I've been seeing is it's caused because of some of the new construction that's been going on and some of the financing stuff that they've been doing. Like, for example, I just had a couple buyers in Woodburn that have been looking for a while. And with the new construction that's happening there, like, one, they're competitively priced, and two, they're offering like 4.99% financing with their in-house lender. And so it's made it really hard for those listings to compete.
Yeah. And and builders are they, like you said, they're aggressively pricing their homes. I know some builders are dropping their price $5,000 a month, and some of them even more aggressively than that. So, but it's funny because you see average time on the market. The last I looked, at least in the west side of Clark County, was around 70 days, which has always been healthy in a good market. And it's been so crazy in the last 4 or 5 years that 70 days is unheard of, where, used to be 90 days was common. So I don't know. I think overall it's healthy. I know that sellers that they're getting caught up in this. And I think part of that is that a lot of the homes were priced with the market being aggressive, right? In a seller's market. And it's changing right in front of us, that it's getting to be much more balanced market. I'm not sure that it's a buyer's market, but it's certainly much more balanced. If you guys are seeing that. Stephanie, and are you seeing that in your area?
We have a little of everything. I mean, definitely more price reductions. I feel like I've got a mix of people that are on edge because they're kind of waiting to see what the election does. Then people are kind of in a hurry if they're escaping some state and they're trying to get over here quickly. And then the rates jumped up. So people kind of paused again. And I've just seen a little of everything. And then I had a listing actually went live 2 weeks ago. And my comps were, I think, 589 to 700 on the high end. And that would have been for like probably a luxury home, maybe esque. And so I fought with the seller a little bit because he wanted 750. And I'm like, okay, fine, here's the comps, we'll play your game. And then, if it sits there, then we'll know. But we tested the market and we had, 4 or 5 showings. And lo and behold, he got his full price offer at 750. Like I was shocked. Like I just couldn't believe it because it needs work. And he was just holding out for that one person that had the money. And so, and of course, I was so happy for him, but I'm like, I'm supposed to be the expert, but that totally just is like, well, whatever. But that I think is a rare moment because most of my other listings, we've had to do price reductions. So
Yeah.
it's just strange.
I've experienced that very same thing, and it's like, wow, how did I miss that? But
Yeah.
I think it's more of just the right buyer, right?
It really
I
was.
agree.
Their situation is, and because I've missed it the other way too. And that's
Yeah.
the thing is, you can have an appraiser, that's their sole job, is to put a value on a home. And 3 appraisers are going to put different values on it, and ultimately the market will decide. And sometimes the buyer pays a price and the appraiser comes back and says, no, that's not the price.
Yeah, that's my next hurdle. I'm curious because we did receive another offer for $100,000 less because it was by a real estate agent. She didn't believe that the house would appraise for that price. And so that's going to be our next question. But I mean, in this market here, the appraisers, I mean, I've never had an issue with the house coming in where we need it to. So
Oh, good. Yeah,
knock on wood.
you certainly haven't heard about that in a while, but
Mm-mm. Yeah, but that's a pretty big price difference. So
isn't so you got 2 offers and $100,000 difference, which kind of
yeah.
shows that the buyer, did they come from an area where home prices were much more expensive?
So no, the buyer is local and he is, which just surprised me. He's got a nicer home. He's trying to scale down. He lives a little further out and he's got 2 teenagers. They want to come into town. So, and so obviously with the offer we accepted is contingent on his home selling, but still my client was willing to wait, even 3 months for $100,000
Of
difference.
course.
So,
Yeah. And I do think when you get a contingent offer, typically they are willing to pay more, right? Because they're kind of asking for something special from the seller.
mhm.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's actually one of the best reasons to take a contingency, is
hmm
less likely to negotiate hard on this and will pay more.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
yeah, interesting situation.
That is. Well, the good news is you got an offer.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. Very exciting.
How far out till the appraisal? You got to
I would
wait for the
imagine,
contingency.
well, they put the closing at end of November. So my guess is they may have an offer on their house currently, or it must be coming or something. Like that was pretty quick, I thought. So
Oh,
I'd imagine the appraisal will come out in the next, yeah, 2 weeks.
nice.
So
Nice.
yeah,
Congrats.
thank you.
Yeah.
I guess that's a win.
That
We'll
is a
see.
win.
Hopefully.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I have uh I have clients that timing, either they were going to move, they're downsizing from their home. They had a rental, but they're going to move into the rental. And they just didn't give themselves enough time for the market. And so now they're thinking, oh, it's just their home isn't moving, but they gave it only really 3 weeks to,
Oh,
so
wow.
just timing for just multiple things in their life where now they're thinking, man, we're gonna have to rent it because it's not gonna close. So yeah, it's I think it's an education for sure how things are changing in the market. I've heard over and over that, people are waiting for the election. And I find it interesting. I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I'm wondering if they're waiting for the election, just if they're waiting for one side to win and that will be good or bad, or they just want the election over. I don't know. But
I'm curious too.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see. Brandy, thanks for holding the home open for me.
Okay, I
Appreciate
almost
that.
forgot. I have a big event tomorrow with Larry Hills, the YouTube
Oh,
event of creating shorts. I'll put the link here. So who doesn't know Larry Hales? He is amazing, amazing with AI, amazing with marketing. And tomorrow we're gonna have a short session. It's gonna be how to create shorts from a YouTube video. So if you have a raw YouTube video, he's gonna teach us how to create shorts from it, and you can reuse those shorts, like for example, on Instagram and everything. So that's gonna be tomorrow at 11 o'clock.
Janine and I were able to spend a little time with Larry last week, and some of the things that he is doing for his clients. So Larry used to be the marketing director for WFG Mortgage or WFG Escrow and Title, and then he went on his own for Summit Mortgage. But he's created some really, with using AI, amazing ways to kind of like you get a listing and then it really kind of plans out and lays out all your marketing with some of the AI tools he's implemented. And then he's kind of created an automated process. And I'm not doing him any justice on what he's doing for his clients, but amazing. And so willing to share everything that he's doing and the tools and the resources. So speaking of branding, it's all tying together. Thank you for doing that, Janine.
Yes, I'm excited for it because I have a few. I don't know how to do it, so I'm
Yeah.
gonna learn to. Yeah,
And
try to use the camera.
these are not exclusive to us or our group, or if you know agents, somebody even in marketing that's doing something else and you think it can benefit them, invite them to these classes is holding and to Larry's classes that, one, we want to help Larry. Larry's so giving in the information that he shares that, yeah, be um, invite anybody that you think it could help. Anything else?
I was
Anything?
just going to say, Randy, that Larry really is so very generous.
Hmm,
I feel that every single time because he shares, and then when you offer to pay, he doesn't accept it, and
yeah.
I feel like I feel bad for him sometimes.
He
That's why we're here to help him.
he truly is. And
Yeah.
he really is very generous and will share everything and give you the resources. And the where he really excels is in the marketing and brand. He, will help. I don't know about his branding, but putting your brand to market for sure. And some of the things that he's doing is just mind blowing.
Janine, do you think he might be willing to teach us about how to make shorts from long videos?
Yes, that's what he's doing tomorrow.
Yeah,
So that's what he's doing. So if you guys have a YouTube video that you shot and you don't know how to like
Yeah.
create shorts out of them, that's going to be the class tomorrow.
Right, and that takes some editing. So I'm wondering if it's, how you and I talked last week about editing. I'm wondering if he can touch on that a little bit as well.
Yes, I'll follow up with him on that. I reached out to Connor, but
And
yes,
if it doesn't fit in with his agenda, I think there's a bunch of us would be willing to pay a fee for him to do a paid webinar to learn how to edit YouTube videos.
right. Well, we'll see how the one goes tomorrow. And then, but I definitely know he's going to introduce a few tools like maybe CapCut, I think is one of them.
Right.
But I like that idea, Shalina.
Okay.
certainly something to ask him. And speaking of, Larry is the one, for those of you that haven't or don't know, Google Business Profile, you guys should all have your Google Business Profile. Larry has taught how to set that up, and he's got 3 videos on step-by-step how to set up your Google Business Profile, how to maximize it, I would say, for SEO, and then you need to get your Google reviews, and we will help you with your Google reviews. But I would really encourage, speaking of Larry, and I can just text me and I'll send you Larry's videos. Oh, Janine, is that?
I just posted Larry's YouTube channel because he has a lot of good information in there.
If you go to there and you just do a search for Google Business Profile, he has 3 short, they're not very long, but he just breaks down how to set up your Google Business Profile. And then you need 5 reviews. And then I have a VA, and we're just closing on I think it was $680,000 home from a Google lead. And the difference of these leads are, you're paying for the phone call. You're not paying for clicks or views. It's literally somebody has searched for whatever area you're in or whatever they've searched for. You know how you'll see agents' profiles come up? Usually there's 3 to 5 agents for Google profile. And I think Randy got a lead just recently from this or from his website, but on Google profile, they're calling you directly. They've looked at your page. That's probably the best internet lead you'll ever get. And we will help you set that up. And then if you want, you can advertise, and we have a VA that will monitor and help set this up for you, where you can set your budget and then you just pay for the actual phone calls that are coming in to you. And they're literally calling you. It's not an internet lead in the sense that they're calling based on a picture of a cool house. They're calling to talk directly to you as an agent. And I just highly encourage you to add that to what you're doing marketing wise, and at least have that kind of as a foundation to, you can put all your listings on there. You can, it's part of your branding. And so go to Larry Hale's YouTube, look up Google Business Profile, and then we'll help you. But if you want to start taking that to the next level in advertising, it takes a bit to set that account up, to be honest. And I have a VA that's all he does is set up real estate agents' ad accounts. And so we will do that for you. There's no cost to have him set that up, just being part of our group. And then you can monitor it. If you want, we can even have the VA answer the phone calls for you, but I would highly recommend for you to take the calls.
Randy, can he look over my account and see if it's all correct? See if there's anything I should do differently?
Larry?
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. If you so come on tomorrow's call if you can. Do you know Larry?
No.
Okay, well come on because he did that for me. He spent 15 minutes with me and went through my account and gave me ideas. But I would start with if you go through his YouTube, he really goes through detail on how to set it up, and you just watch over his shoulder as he's doing it. So it's very intuitive. But yes, Larry would absolutely take a look at your Google business profile.
And
All
if
right,
anybody
so
wants a good review, send it to me and I'll write a review for you.
yeah, we will help you. Text me if you don't have if you want more reviews. And that's another thing as you're building your reviews, they don't have to be just your real estate clients. It can be anybody that knows you, trusts you, likes you, that just wants to say something nice about you. Just ask, and you can get them, and we'll help you.
Be careful, family members. This funny story. I've always gotten 5 reviews, except from a family member, and he says I never get 5 stars. I'm like, dude, I just sent it to you.
Oh my gosh. You know, yeah.
Just text me if you guys want a review. I'll write one for you.
Yeah,
Very-
I'll do one for you too, Randy. If you need,
Thank
send me a
you.
link.
Very good. I sure will. Absolutely.
No, I mean Randy.
Oh, well, I
Harrison.
want one too.
Sure, Randy Bacon, send me a link and I'll send you mine.
Absolutely. Yes. And I would use don't send it here because as soon as this ends, all of that goes away. But maybe on WhatsApp, or if you guys have each other's personal number. Shalina, that's very smart of you. I see you got your contact information right on your name here.
I emulated Dawn. Remember you
Yeah.
commented on hers last week, so I did
Yeah.
that. I'd like to add more to that, but really it's just a one-liner, so
Yeah.
you have to pick and
Oh.
choose what you put on there.
Although it seemed like Dawn had it on, didn't Dawn have it on 2 lines?
It could be that because she has a paid Zoom account.
Oh,
Mine's free.
okay. Maybe.
I'd like to get some group input.
Let's do.
So Facebook, all social media. I don't mind, my personal page on Facebook because I can post fish on there. It's kind of cool. But as far as advertising, like with Buffini, they want you to put your social media on there, but it's not your personal page, it's your business page.
Right.
I'm really struggling with the business page for all the social medias. I don't find them user friendly. So, you guys have any thoughts on that?
What specifically are you struggling with on the business page?
It's basically just like posting. So, I'd like to be able to just post on my personal page and then have it just automatically go to all my pages. And then when I try to share to my business page, sometimes it gets complicated, or it automatically wants me to pay for a boost, or I don't know.
Well,
I'm not good.
I've always been advised to keep the two separate, keep your personal separate from your business. So all your real estate items should go on your Facebook business page. And that can
Really?
automatically be posted on Instagram as well. And then Instagram also can be automatically posted to Pinterest.
You
So
mean on
if
all the
you-
business pages?
Yeah, also Facebook business is part of your branding. So what do you think, Randy? Is it a good idea to keep the two separate?
I think so. I think it comes back to people want to know. I would have a business page. One, you need a business page to run ads, paid ads, and people want to get to know you. So I think there needs to be, even on your business page, you can put your fishing trip because you're going to attract people who love fishing. And so
Right.
you want it to be personable. I wouldn't have it be only real estate, but it is about your business. And I think as far as posting, Is it the actual post itself that is making it complicated, or posting it to once you post it on your business page to get it on other social media pages?
I think it's just me making it complicated because I don't know what I'm doing.
Well,
It's easy just to go on my personal page and just communicate. But
yeah.
then when I try to transfer that stuff to all the other, because I'm trying to learn how to do that, it just
Yeah.
seems it gets overwhelming.
There's a
Well,
software called
It's just like
Hootsuite.
I don't want to do this anymore.
There's a software called Hootsuite. It combines them all, and
Good
you can do
sweet.
one post, and then it. Oh, where is it? And then it goes on all of them. You can have like up a free version up to the free version is up to 3. And then if you pay, I think you can have more. I'll put it in the chat. I used this with Mike. Ooh, that's too long of a link. Hang on. It's called Hootsuite. Here it is. Where you have all your social media that you want to do the same post to all of them. So you can combine all of your business ones and put it in there, or your social ones. But what I'm struggling with, right, not struggling, but kind of, I'm debating because I hate posting like stuff in my business and then my personal because it is the branding again. I'm like, where should I post this one of my personal? But I also want to have it on my business because it's me. So I'm
Right.
thinking like I have too many. I have an Instagram account, a personal and a business. And I remember there's one speaker at the KFA event. He said, don't do that. They want to know you. So I want to have one Instagram account.
Yes.
But then for the Facebook, you need a business Facebook. So it's kind of
So your
coordinating.
Instagram account is a business account.
What was that?
Your Instagram account is a business account.
No, it is
It's
not.
not. Okay.
It's not. I just have 2 of them and it's driving me absolutely nuts. I don't like having that, but that's me personally.
Right.
But for the Facebook one, I need it for the ads. So that's why I think this would be a good solution with Hootsuite. You could kind of combine your business ones and then kind of, yeah, I'm trying to figure it out myself.
I guess something to think about, and I'm certainly not the social media person to share with, but I do know that Facebook, Instagram, they learn what's attracting, what people are looking at on your on from your post. And they'll attract more of those like people that have liked your post or are attracted to your post. And so you want to be pretty kind of clear on, you want to post on all kinds of different subjects that will attract different people, kind of back to who's your avatar. So Randy, it sounds like, you love fishing, right? So maybe
Right.
your avatar is outdoors people that appreciate, the outdoors or fishing and so I would say that, that is where you want to focus your post. And you can keep it, I think, there's probably different opinions on this. You need a Facebook business page to run ads if you're going to run paid ads. But I wouldn't get caught up in posting. And what do I post on the business page versus I would just use your Facebook page, grow that, and attract people that are your avatar. So, you're going to get all kinds of people that maybe want to be part of your Facebook page, but be specific on who you're friend requesting and who you're posting to, that they are part of your avatar, because I think Facebook will then try to promote your post to those type of people more. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I wouldn't get caught up, at least at my level, your level, where you have to build up a big business page versus your personal. And I think real estate is very personal, that, post on your personal page, don't complicate it. Have a business page set up if you want to run ads on it. And then you don't have to post on it.
So really
Actually,
Robert, because I know Robert, you're pretty big on the Instagram. Do you have 2 accounts? Do you have a business and a personal?
I do have 2 accounts. I don't do business on Instagram. I use a creator account because it has access to a lot more stuff. And I don't use the business stuff on Instagram, which is more if you're trying to sell stuff on there. And I'm not trying to sell a house on there. I'm trying to attract clients on there. So I created a creator account instead. Facebook, I've heard multiple different things on this one. Obviously you need the business side for the ads and everything, but I agree with Randy. Don't overcomplicate it, because what I do at this point is, yes, if I do stuff on my business account that can only be done on my business account, I'll put it there, but then I just share it to my personal. And that's as simple as I make it.
Yeah.
I had something I wanted to share. Actually, I'm mostly listening because I'm pretty new still, but actually, I'm going through the Fast Cap program right now, and that's one thing I wanted to share that I think has been helpful for me. I'm just right now creating my Facebook business profile, so one helpful thing I think might for the other Randy would be um, like a social media post is one thing that is like one of the things we've learned is you can network with other agents in the area, preferably EXP agents. You can ask them to promote their listings, um, take pictures of it, and then you can post it on your Facebook page. You can also join other Facebook groups with your business page. You can interact with them. Just like, comment, stuff like that. It's kind of like a good way to engage with them. And you can also, one other tip I wanted to share was you can invite all your friends to like your business page. So that way they can kind of know that you're doing real estate, but you're not flooding your personal page with real estate stuff that they probably don't, want to see, obviously. Um, yeah, I just wanted to maybe give you some ideas of, some besides some of the other things that you probably know, like newsletters and emailing and stuff like that. So
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian.
I do think that on your personal page, you don't want to just put it as real estate because you'll bore people.
I do.
Yeah. I would say people want to know you. So I would say commenting on the market, commenting on kind of what's happening, share a listing of yours or one you're going to do an open house. But I would say, things people want to know you, right? But you want them to know that you're a real estate agent. So you want to do both. And I wouldn't do just one of either one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are we going to do Saturday?
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Okay.
Brian, if you want to do Sunday on that home on 36, you're welcome to. No pressure.
yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I'm actually promoting it. That's what the house that I'm using on my Facebook business page to look legit right now. So
awesome. You are
really
legit.
with it.
And
it's a good house.
Mhm.
It is. It would
I'm gonna put the
sell.
other one
I
on there
think we just
too.
need a little more time. Shalina, are you in the Fast Cap program as well?
I did register for it, but I couldn't keep up, so I'm out of it.
It's tough.
Yeah.
I've been getting my butt kicked. I'm not gonna lie, but it's the last week, so I'm just trying to hang in there.
Yeah.
And so for those
I
that
had too many conflicting appointments, so I thought if I was going to do it, I'd have to make it a priority, and I couldn't do that.
yeah, well, it'll come up again.
Yeah.
Brian,
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's been
would you?
a lot of good stuff. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So for those of you, and Randy, this would be a class I think that you might want, it could benefit. We all could probably benefit from it, but it's intense. Is it 6 weeks? Once a week?
Yes.
And the goal of this class is it takes you from it kind of, I would say it, for lack of better terms, and you, Shalene, or maybe Brian, you could share that kind of gives you a 4-year degree in real estate in 6 weeks. And the goal of the class is to get you to cap. So to get you to 80,000 GCI in the fastest way possible. So this is taught by agents and some very experienced people in the business. Is that right, Brian? I haven't taken
it's tons of people that know what they're doing, that have been successful, that still are. And social media is a big part of what we talked about too.
So that'll come up again. This is new. This is Brian's, I think your second class, right?
It's actually technically the first one. I think that they had like a trial run,
Okay.
but this is cohort number 1, so there'll be a second one sometime soon, probably.
Yeah. And it will keep getting better because it is new. But the first class they had, which maybe was a trial run, they have the statistics, and I don't have them in front of me, but the amount of listings, the amount of buyer agency agreements that came out of that from the agents that took the class was very impressive.
Yeah, if you can stick with it, like Shalene and I both, it's tough. I've had a lot of other things going on. I have another job, but at the same time, that's been one of the main takeaways for me is just really just figuring out how to structure my time so that I can stay committed. So for me, that's been the main takeaway, and just sticking with it.
Now, can you take it again once you've taken the class?
That's a good question. I would consider it because there's a lot of I mean, yeah, it'll just probably get better. So I would definitely look.
Yeah.
I'm not sure though.
Well,
So where do you find it at?
I'll post it again when it comes out. Do you get my email or newsletter that comes out? It's in that. I believe.
Yes, it is, Randy.
I believe there's a link to register in that. It's ongoing. It started. You'll have to wait for the new one. But I think if you go to that registration link, you can get put on the waiting list.
Yeah, there's only a few hundred people
Will
left.
you confirm I'm subscribed to your newsletter?
What's that?
Will you confirm that I'm subscribed to your newsletter?
I'll look.
Okay, thanks.
It's really not. You can't subscribe. I subscribe you unwillingly.
Right. Right.
I put you on it. And
I'll be on there.
yes.
I don't think I get your newsletter either. I would appreciate being
Okay.
on that list.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me look.
I get them every Sunday evening, but today I didn't see one. Randy, did you send one out?
You know what? I think it went out. It might have went out Saturday.
Oh, okay.
I tried to promote a little early for because Adina was coming on.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
You didn't. Okay, I'll go through and look. Check your spam if you would, because sometimes it does go to spam, but I will look. You may not because I have to add you. I may have not, but I will
Yeah,
look.
it's full of your newsletter is full of really helpful tips and reminders. I like to read through the whole thing because it reinforces some of the things that we should be doing.
Well, thank you. And if there's anything that you want added, it's I want to put in there, I try to promote Janine's classes. Janine is doing such a great job of helping agents with their marketing. And
well, I hope you all enjoyed Adina, and make sure you grab the link up there because that's 15 minutes that will be worth a lot. I mean, it's just amazing. I did one with Sensi, and she was always asking me, what is your why? And it was driving me nuts towards the end. I'm like, why is she constantly asking me this? And then she really dug deep down what your why is. And it was just very impressive. So Adina is the same. It's just a really good 15 minutes.
I think it does help to know who your avatar is. And I've been in this forever, that changes too. It's not like your avatar today doesn't mean that's how you have to have your whole real estate career. That's your group of people. Because, I think sometimes you work with a client or two and you're like, I like that. I like that niche, and so, and
well, it's just like Amy with the floating homes. She was an expert in floating homes.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think I'm sure because of my age and just my group, but people downsizing now and transitioning. And I can remember when I first started out, this excitement was a family buying their first home and how cool that was, right? And now I see myself at that point where now they're downsizing and moving either closer to their grandkids or whatever it is. It will change, but I think it is important to kind of know who your niche is and not try to target everybody, because you're going to do much better, probably more sane, not trying to.
That's what that 15 minutes call will be. If you don't know where your niche is yet, that will definitely help.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank
Hope to see
you.
you guys all with Larry tomorrow.
Yes.
Thanks. Oh, thanks, guys.
Thanks, you guys. Have a great week. Great seeing you, Robert.
You too. See ya.
Yeah.
Thank
Bye.
you.